I'm writing this through tears, and I'm guessing you're reading it the same way. The Chicago Fire family is in mourning, and frankly, I'm not sure how we're supposed to recover from this one. If you haven't seen what happened, please grab a seat and a box of tissues. Today, the one Chicago world was rocked to its absolute core. We received the shocking, soul-crushing news of a tragic accident on the job, and the unthinkable outcome. Christopher Herrmann is gone. He didn't just have an accident. He's gone. Dead. I can barely even type the words. It doesn't feel real. How can Firehouse 51 exist without its heart? How can we, the audience who has loved him for over a decade, possibly move on? This wasn't just a character. This was Herrmann, the dad of the house, the gruff but loving mentor, the grumpy philosopher on the barstool at Molly's. To lose him like this, it's a betrayal of the worst kind, a punch to the gut that leaves you gasping. The call that changed everything. It started like any other call. A massive 5-alarm blaze at an old industrial warehouse. You know the type, the kind that Chicago Fire does so well, it makes your heart pound. Truck 81, Squad 3, and Engine 51 were all on the scene, battling the inferno. And Herrmann, as always, was right in the thick of it. From what we're piecing together, the situation was unstable. The building's integrity was shot. Bowden had given the evacuation order, but a last-minute mayday came over the radio. A rookie from another house was trapped on an upper floor, his air supply dwindling. You know where this is going, don't you? Before anyone could stop him, before Severide or Kid could even form a plan, Herrmann was already gone. He charged back into that blazing hellscape, just like the hero he's always been. He knew the building, he knew the job, and he was not going to let a fellow firefighter die on his watch. The reports say he found the rookie. He got his own mask onto the kid's face, shoving him toward the only viable exit as the roof began to collapse. He was screaming at him to go, 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 and then the unthinkable. A support beam, weakened by the flames, gave way. The floor pancaked. The last thing anyone heard over the radio wasn't a scream, but a grunt of effort, followed by a deafening final crash. Severide and the squad team tried. My God, did they try. They'd moved heaven and earth, digging through rubble with their bare hands, their faces masks of soot and terror. But when they finally reached him, it was too late. Christopher Herrmann died doing what he always did, putting someone else first. He died a hero. But that doesn't make the pain any less. More than a firefighter, he was 51's soul. How do you even begin to summarize a life like Herrmann's? He wasn't just the seasoned veteran on Engine 51. He was the soul of the firehouse. When everyone else was spiraling, Severide in one of his dark moods, Casey, we miss him, struggling with a decision, or Kid doubting her leadership, Herrmann was the anchor. He was the one who'd sit them down, pour them a probably terrible coffee, and deliver some hard-earned, grumpy, and perfectly accurate life advice. He was the house's unofficial official dad. He'd seen it all, and he wasn't afraid to call you out. But he always did it with a foundation of love. He wasn't just raising his own 5 kids. He was raising the entire firehouse. He was the one who taught rookies the difference between being a firefighter and being a good firefighter. And then there's Molly's. His get-rich-quick schemes were legendary, from the limo business to the slamigan. But Molly's was different. Molly's was his dream, his passion project that became a legacy. It was more than a bar. It was the set of cheers for a new generation. It was the firehouse's living room, their confessional, their celebration hall. It was where they mourned their losses, like Otis, and celebrated their victories. What happens to Molly's now? Can you even imagine that bar without Herrmann behind the counter, polishing a glass, and giving Much a hard time? The silence in that place is going to be deafening. the family left behind. This loss isn't just a professional one. It's a personal one that will shatter Firehouse 51. My heart is completely broken for his wife, Cindy, and their kids. Their family was the dream. They were what every firefighter at 51 was striving for. We, as an audience, have watched those kids grow up. Herrmann was a family man above all else, and the thought of Cindy and the kids having to go on without him it's just too much. And the firehouse. Oh, the firehouse. How will Much survive without his best friend, his business partner, his brother-in-arms? That bond was one of the purest, funniest, and most relatable parts of the show. What about Chief Bowden? He just lost one of his most trusted, loyal, and experienced men. He lost a friend. The weight on Bowden's shoulders just became